Hi everyone, it's Athena. Happy New Year. Okay, so take a deep breath. It's a new year. We walk into the new year with faith, trust, right? Unwavering, I heard. Unwavering. Okay, today is, so it's 1-2, right? January 2nd, 2021. So what do we have there? We have 12. We have then the 2, 21, right? Remember the mirror. So 12 is our thoughts, our faith, and our unwavering trust. The 12 is to keep positive, remain positive on path. The 21 turns itself around and mirrors the 12 as a 21, alchemizing it from a negative to a positive. Same as what happened on December, right? 21st. Same thing. And this is how we see the thread. It's now becoming visible, right? If it hasn't already been visible. Now you understand how everything has a purpose, right? It's kind of like what we say, everything in our home has a place, right? For the majority of us. Everything holds its own place. It's the same thing as spirit. Everything holds its own space with regard to numbers, animals, in spirit, orbs, things that we cannot see. We are always, literally, once your eyes open, we can see then what we didn't see before, right? Little by little, we can see how everything is threaded together. Okay, let's get started. This, of course, is a general reading, the first reading of the new year. Let's see what's happening. Oh, yeah, celebration, right? Coming together, people like coming together no matter what, they said, right? Family, celebration, friends, a time of great happiness and a time of great hope for the future. For the now, actually. For the now. Now we look into the new vistas of life unfolding for each one of us. I also hear, let's try, right? We can only try to slow down enough to see that which is hidden. Slow down enough to see the light within and without. It's the dawn of a new day. When we slow down, literally, see, the thing is, as time has unfolded over the decades, everything became such an instant gratification type of society. It just happened instantaneously, actually, right? And we have not, at least in Western culture, we have not been able to take a breath and look and breathe, knowing that if we slow down, we will be able to see so much more, right? Eastern culture, right? India, wherever, they have come to know through meditation that has always been their norm. We are not. Eastern versus Western, that's the difference. The children of the Eastern civilizations, they meditate for world peace, for themselves, their families, within. They go within because they have the Buddha. Now, I'm not going into religion. I'm going into our spirituality of what we as Western civilization have encountered, this instantaneous hunger for the power, losing the substance in the middle. So now it's time, right? That is part of the spiritual revolution that's going on right now. And of course, I can go into it, which I won't right now, but their viewpoints are much different. However, the thread is still the inner love, peace that one has within and exudes without. So what is our internal conflict? Is that the internal conflict? Is it slowing down for just a minute to appreciate the things that we don't see because we take for granted because we're going so fast? Are we going to continue to go, right, so fast that we miss so much? So this has to be, right, it has to be thought of as, let me just move this so you could see, as above, so below. I'm not going to always do that, but for today's reading, I feel like it needs to be presented as such. So the conflict is within. Within. This is within. This is without. What does she mean? We know. Within our heart space, slowing down to really absorb spirit. Or are you going to go into 2021 with the same rattling of the cage? Why am I saying that? I don't know. I heard rattling of the cage. So now things have to change. And only you can change it. I can guide, because that's what I do. I'm the medium to guide, to show the way. But I can't do the work for you. I will help guide, but only you can change this wheel. So this wheel goes in the middle, right? We already talked about 3D, 4 into 5D. And now we're on our way, right? We're on our way. I love it. We're on our way to the complete state of mind, I heard, of being content within our own life and what we have, accepting that which we have and loving what we have. But the point of contention, it was coming out sooner or later. The point of contention is not to show up as ego. 3, 4, 5, D. That's the present moment. Not going back to this havoc, drama. You notice that there's only one card down here. I like that. I really like that. And then 3 in the center and 3 up above. right? Look. This is what we are coming out of 2020 into 2021. The present moment is now the wheel is turning for us all to forge ahead into a very gratifying, humbling, compassionate feeling of knowing that we are on, that what we have is enough. At this moment, we're good, right? Appreciating that which is what we have, whatever that may be. And then up here, it's like celebrating life and moving into a time of introspection, understanding that we're on a spiritual journey. This is our spiritual journey. So why the Ten of Pentacles reversed? Because we haven't gotten there yet. This is the journey of the 3D. And it's actually great. Absolutely, amazingly awesome that this is reversed. Because this tells me that's what we're working on. Those who still misuse their power by trying to fight and go against the current, moving into the 4D. Now, not everyone's on the same dimensional consciousness. Some are here, still fighting against the grain because that's what they want. It's all about the hunger for power, fame, more, and more, and not getting it. So that's the what's the word? Hold on. That's the challenge. For those in the 3D, the challenge is, I need this right now, yesterday. Hello. Then when you get into this dimension of the now, you're content with that which you have. And when the wheel turns for you, you're exuding that gratitude of, okay, whatever I have is enough. I don't need necessarily more right at this moment because I'm grateful. And this gratitude actually builds on this without even needing to be seen, heard, or going against the grain of that current, such as here. This is, oh my God, time is money, right? It's that saying, oh my God, time is money. I'm running out of time. Hurry. How am I going to make the next $1 million? Here is, okay, I'm going to just appreciate my life as it is right now. With every gift that I've been given, the wheel's going to turn, and I trust. But I'm not going to be obsessive about it. I'm going to live my life in the present moment so that I can walk my path knowing and celebrating my life spiritually, financially. You notice there's no, which I love, and I know now it's going to show up, but there's no swords in this reading right now. So the energy down here is not that you think about it, but it's almost an innate how we go about life in general, right? This is like your DNA. It's already been embedded in you because what society wants you to say, which was the intro. Society makes you feel this. Time is money. Then when you start in 4D living your life in the present moment, hence every moment is a present, right? Back and forth and back, with, without, within. Same concept of 4D. And then when you reach this pinnacle, which it's not really a reaching as it is a becoming. This unfolds because you're on path. You don't question it because you know. You celebrate your life as it is and keep going. Letting Spirit show you the way. Now watch. The swords are going to come out. I don't know. But it's reversed. So that's what we're getting out of, right? That's what we're doing. But your energy is still fighting it because this is the push and pull of life, the polarity. It is. It's like, okay, well, I'm getting out. I got out of my head, right? About thinking time is money. But my energy, right? What you think and what you do. This is the action. You may feel like you're released from all of that and feel like, oh, I'm healed. I'm good. I've worked on myself. I know that I'm healed and moving out of a time where it was, right, the chains that bind. And I'm going to settle in and not think so much. But your energy is fighting against the current of this. So that's the push and pull. So that's a constant, mind you. That is a constant. It's upright. Why? Because society is going to keep feeding you the fear-based time is money. Oh my God, you've got to do it this way, do it that way. How much, businesses closing. Oh my God, fear. If I don't do something quickly, I lose everything. But this 3D is how we just came out of that mindset. Remember? The mind must not be set, even if you're trying to get to escape. You're escaping from the time is money, right? But are you? It's a question. It's something that if you're more aware of, it will not hold you in its grip. This letting go allows you to move into this wheel turning. So this really just tells me that there are, and there always will be. Here's the thing. It's what mind, body, soul connection. When we speak of alignment, this is what we speak of. The alignment of letting go, moving forward into a time of gratitude and appreciation for whatever it is that you have learned up until this point, present moment. Moment is present. The present is the moment. Into the your higher self saying, let me just show you the way how we're going to get through this. We will always be on this path. And here's your tribe. You end up starting to meet new people, new tribe. This is your new tribe, your peeps. And they come from all over the world. They come from everywhere, every walk of life, because everyone's on the same path. So we just understand that, and as we can understand that, we don't have to fight against the grain and just allow it to unfold. And now we have started. The child is born, right? Look at, here's the child, and this is the maturity. This is the maturity that one receives. So some are starting to understand it here by breaking free, but still having a hard time going against the grain of that, what's already embedded in within. It's like in your blood, right? To live in the present moment and to be grateful so that you can see what is being lit, the pathway forward. So here's the new start. Some are on this path and some have achieved that maturity. It depends on where you're at. You can see they both have the peacock, right? So the question is, one holds this peacock as a sense of accomplishment, gratitude, fortitude, with wisdom of experience and allowing that to be gratitude, right? Others are the younger souls, which doesn't talk, we're not talking age here, we're talking maturity through the experience of life. This is a young soul, this is an old soul. That's the difference here. There are some that are walking into this with this present moment with gratitude and fortitude, forging ahead, knowing that this gratitude, you're being driven through, you're being guided, not driven, you're being guided. This is a young soul who's starting out, still needing that experience level. However, immature in the sense that when you go from this to here, when you jump through the experience, life experiences from here to here, are you taking your ego? This is egoic. This is not. A young soul still has their ego, right? Kids wanting the instant gratification of the quick dollar, the quick fix of whatever it is, however they can get it, right? Right? That becomes one's goal. So mind you, when you're doing, or if you're going to do a vision board, are you in this mindset, or have you learned through experience that you can control this? Okay, so younger self, present self, moving into your higher self of not, this is ego, this is the present, I'm grateful and not ego driven, so to speak. And that's how we say, as above, so below. As above, so below. We get into this manifestation of, under which we understand how we can alchemize this dynamic of the, bye honey, I love you too. This is, right, the 3D mindset trying to break away from it because it's really ego driven. So that's why the peacock holds this, is in both of these pictures. And that's why I love these cards, because they just tell the story so well. The card is, here's your childhood self and here's your present day self. Your childhood self, just like children are, right? A lot of kids are like, oh my God, I want it now. I want all the money. I want the power. I want hunger, 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 desire, all of the 3D egoic desires. Here in the present, someone has matured, moving now into 2021, understanding how you can alchemize that, and now moving out, literally moving out from under the guise of a 3D egoic mindset. And then you finally understand, right, through the magician, that many have moved on and are ready to take this wheel into the present day moment, which we are now, 2021, balancing out the score, right? So it's a balance always. You're always balancing out the page and the queen, because that's where you've come and how far you've gotten on your trail, on your travels, so to speak, right? How you think. So when you have this card here, right? This is talking about the manifestation from ego, present day, alchemizing 1221. Got it? 12 is, okay, well, I'm still in my ego, hoping that I can change it to the 21, where it turns to, I got out of it. I got out of this need for hunger, power, desire. Everything is tangible, right? Tangible. This immature child doesn't get that understanding is not able to move into this phase of life until they've experienced that it's not about the desires and the time is money dynamic. That's when the wheel spins, the 12 into the 21. So this is 12, that's 21. Got it? And there's the alchemy of it. That's the switch. Okay. And it's a constant balancing of that polarity. Because we jump from the present moment, and I'm just going to say that as the last thing. We jump from here to here, here to here, here to here. That's the as above, so below. And then you're being guided to balance this out to where you will find yourself then along your course as Spirit guides her children, Mother Earth guides her children to understand the 3D, 4D, 5D. And through your experiences, you'll know where you fall in this spread, right? You'll know where you fall. Not where you literally fall, but you have to fall, you have to start somewhere, right? It's just like a business. You have to start here in order to get here. And then finally, in a business, you can do all of the work, all the jobs of that business. That's when you get to this knowing every angle of the job, every aspect of the job, how the job of life, this is life. And it's not necessarily a job, but this is how the journey of life unfolds. The back and forth of, right, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay, got it? one card overall. Okay. Let's just do one overall card for the collective, because I went already 30 minutes here, and it's this one. It's okay, Guacamole. I'm extra as fuck too. So being extra means you give a shit. Maybe you give a shit about your on fleek eyebrows, or you give a shit about the environment, or you give a shit about making your, I can't even read this out loud, your ass clap. Oh my God. Be extra today. Yup, it's a thing. So how does this tie in here? Because being extra depends on your perception, because everything's a metaphor. Life is a metaphor. So are you extra in the sense that time is money? That's so extra, right? Yeah, we need money to survive, but there are other ways to embrace that there really is no time, right? We all say time's an illusion. So there is no time. So how does time is money make sense? It doesn't even make sense. Understand that. Time is money from a 3D vision doesn't make sense, because time is elusive. So that's just society trying to manipulate into thinking time is money. That's one part that comes out of this card of being extra, right? Then we have the true, this is how one in the 3D lives, right? Trying the dichotomy, the trying to get out of your mindset so that you're not constantly in the throes of power hungry desires, right? And then you end up becoming the guacamole, if you will, right? Because now your energy is to literally understand the gifts that you've already been given, and how the gratitude that you have in your life are the idiosyncrasies of, like, when someone says, oh my God, you're so OCD, because you have to have everything in order in its place. Like I said in the beginning, that's the guacamole. That's the result of the experiences of one's life. It's the idiosyncrasies and the gratitude of every experience that one has manifested, going back and forth, literally into both dimensions, is a constant balancing of. And that's the guacamole, right? That's the real cusp of what that means to manifest. To manifest is to understand and accept who you are as you move into the 4D. Here is the obsessive. Here is the gratitude. And here is the guidance to balance. Spirit says. So that's where we go, it's a thing. It is a thing. It's matter. It's green. It's earthbound. That's why we have all these cards earthbound. This is green. So that's how we're changing it up right now. Moving into 2021. As we are now in 2021, we are being asked to manifest our life, going back and forth from 3D to 4D, so we get finally a complete release of the back and forth from 3D into 4D. It's a back and forth. That's how you alchemize. By which this is the 12, January 2nd, 1-2. This is the 21, 2-1. I hope you understand that. I know you do. Most of you guys understand what we're saying here. And that is as above, so below. So that is the whole cusp of this reading, 12-21. And to merge these together in balancing out, working on balancing it out. And how do we do that? Through the power of the heart. The time is now. People are understanding what it means to be able to jump from 3D to 4D, 4D to 5D, 5D back to 4D. But you can never, once you've jumped up, you take a couple steps back. But without that experience, you're never the same after you get that knowledge. It's kind of like you can upgrade its software, right? You can't really, after you've gotten an iPhone, I'll use it as iPhone 12, going back to an iPhone 6 is going to be like, oh, well, that changed everything. Here's your iPhone 6, and then you upgraded to the 12. That's how you manifested the 1221. I just used that as an example, but it kind of came in handy, right? That's the manifestation. Through the heart center, the time is now for us to understand all it requires is to follow our hearts and to surrender to Spirit with full, complete love and trust of being accepting about how extra you may or may not be and appreciating everything as you go through this journey, as we all go through this together. We don't judge others for being here. We don't judge others for being here. But once you gain that experience and gain it to the point where you can't go back. So that's the dichotomy. Do you stay, like when you're in this, when this experience happens, right? When you're in this experience and you say, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm following path. I'm following Spirit. I hear the call. I get it, right? But then something happens. The tower comes in. Something happens. And Spirit says, whoa, wait a second. You need to pay attention because you didn't really fully heal from that experience. You think you might have. You do. You feel totally like, I'm healed. I got this. I'm following my heart. I'm following what Spirit wants me to do. Right? But then why the back and forth? The energy of the fight, the battle, the struggle, the going against the grain is the issue here. This is being extra. So there's two types of extras. There's the kind of extra that is immature and egoic, and that's the fight. Ego versus the experience of life and understanding and appreciating that what you've become after this, or what experience have taken you to this plateau through the heart center of love and healing is the back and forth. So when you gain the knowledge, it's not like you don't excel, but it's a back and forth. And that's what this is. It is the back and forth of what your heart wants versus what your head says, getting out of 3D desires, trying to heal that into the 4D so that you can appreciate who you are, what you have, and know that spirit is totally in control, and that we truly are just here to go through the actual experience of that knowledge manifestations. That was kind of a lot, but it was needed to be said because this is so important here. We just turn the page. The door's open. It's not bad, nor should we throw any shade upon those people who still think time is money. Just move into an appreciation of that you are actually the guacamole, that you've achieved the present gratitude, you've achieved the knowledge through the experience of appreciating who you are at this present time and not needing to have or gain anything else from it. And letting you be guided. Here is like, I'm in control. I'm 3D. It's all 3D. I'm in control. I know what I want. I'll tell you what I want. I want more. Time is money. I want more money. I want sex, drugs, rock and roll. And I'm in control. Here, spirit's in control. And then when you get to the 5D, you've released your identity, your age, your name, your vessel is just like a car. In the 5D, this is just a car to experience and to co-create with the Creator. Then there is no identity. Then you have achieved the knowing now that you're just the car, right? The cars now are driving by themselves. That's what I mean. Okay. So be the guacamole in the present moment of not needing anything more than just being as extra as you want to be and as you appreciating you, right? What do we miss? I'm going to have to say this. I have to. What is it when we lose someone, be it through divorce, be it through the loss through death, or whatever other circumstances there are? When we lose someone, what do we think about the most about that person? It's about the things that they said. It was the funny things that they would do. Oh, he used to always say this, and I just loved it, and I never appreciated him for it. She used to always be so crazy about when we wanted to be in the kitchen and she wanted to cook. She would freak out because there were too many cooks in the kitchen, she would always say. Oh my God, it was so annoying. It drove me effing crazy because I couldn't be in the kitchen when she was cooking. She would tell me to get out of the kitchen. That's the guacamole. It's the things that we remember about one person in particular that we have lost. It's the things that they would say. It's the way that they would say it. It's the signature of the person. It's the imprint of the characteristic of one's personality. So let's be in this state of acceptance of who we are, as extra as whatever, as extra as F as we all are, and how crazy we can be. Don't hold that against us, because we're soaring right now. The ones in the 4D who have conquered their ego, which there are few, by the way. The ones we are all trying to get from the 12 to the 21. The 12 is the 3D, the 21 is the reversal of that, the alchemization of that thought process, that belief system, the way of life, what we seek to take with us, that love that we have for that person that we say, oh, I'm so glad they're gone, through divorce, whatever, you know what I mean, or a fight that bugged the crap out of me because whatever. And then they're gone. And then you're like, oh my God, I remember when they used to say this. It bugged the crap out of me, but now I'm kind of missing it. It is like the child who says, oh my God, mom is so extra. Dad is so extra because he always does this, or she's always saying this. Right? You know it too. You know why? Because those of us who have lost a loved one as a parent, let's say, or whoever loved a loved one, we take with us the memory of that love that we had, whether they were whatever type of guacamole they were, right? Were they spicy or were they salty or what? That's where this metaphor comes in, because it is a thing. It's a thing to embrace. It's a thing to understand and to accept who you are, where you're at, and just allow things to unfold as they're going to be. And that's the message in a nutshell. It only took me almost 50 minutes but we had to go through it. Do you understand? All right, and then the last thing, because I just heard I have to say it. It's like you get this book. You get a new book, and you start right? Turning the page. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Or, right, fast forward on, whatever you're watching. But in the middle, you miss so much because you want to jump so quick. Everyone wants it quick. Remember, that was the intro. You miss so much when it is needed instantaneously. That's why I'm telling you, your spiritual inner work, you have to do the work. First of all, you have to have the faith. And you have to do the work. This is not easy work. This is harder than going to, elementary school and middle school and high school and college. It's harder than getting a degree that's academic, your academic degree. Your spiritual degree, first of all, is what matters most. Because you can't take that piece of paper of your diploma, master's degree from Harvard. Where is that going to get you in the spiritual on your spiritual path. If you're still with a Harvard degree in this 3D time is money mindset. Where will you be when you have let go, surrendering, and let God showing you the way? So that when your body disintegrates back into Mother Earth, this knowledge and experience of this lifetime is going to excel your next dimension, wherever that shall be. You will be with your people on the next dimension, as we all came in groups, right? Clusters of the I can never say that. Palladians, the Arturians, Sirius, there's all of the groups that we came to, our tribe of people now coming together. We excel together. We work together. We're star seeds, right? We're light workers. That's what you can take with you. So you can't try to read the end of the book, the middle of the book, until you start at, actually, if you start at the preface, that would be good. And it's really hard for some people to do that. It's hard for some people, or I get people that say, oh yeah, I'm totally healed. I learned everything I need. I'm now in the 4D and the 5D. I have ascended. The work must be done, and no one can tell you otherwise. You cannot fool the fool. You cannot fool spirit. If you're sitting there thinking you're healed, but you're writing to me about you're still scared about this happening again, you're fearful about whatever fear-based mentality still is within you, or I should say, be it anger. That's why these things take time. Mother Nature does not hurry. Now that's the time that you can actually you can't count on it because you don't know how long it's going to take you. That is the illusion. You don't know how long it's going to take you to heal. Because all the stuff under the guise of the full moon illuminates all the stuff, and it all comes up. Suddenly you're crying for no reason. Suddenly you're thinking of someone that you haven't thought about in years and how they made you feel. Suddenly you're hearing a song on the radio that puts you back into like 20 years prior. And it makes you sad, angry, judgmental. That's what this reading is about. I have had so many clients that tell me, oh yeah, I'm completely healed now. I know that I've done this work. I'm good. And that's, of course, a red flag for me. I put them on the machine, my biofeedback machine, only to find out their emotions are a mess. Our emotions are always a mess. But what we see, the thread of the pattern that's forming, is that is still an issue. Now you can, if you want, you can just be 3D and shove it under the rug and live your life saying, oh yeah, I control my world. I'm just going to keep working. Time is money. I'm just going to keep going because I'm in control. You can fool me. You can try to convince me. But you can't convince yourself. It's going to still be there. It's going to remain an issue. And I'm taking all this time out for this reading. This is especially important for the beginning of this year. This is the message. That's why it's taking an hour to give it. This is why I'm doing it on New Year's Day. Because this is important. It is for tomorrow. I'm going to upload it right now. But this is a huge message for you to understand and really absorb it. Don't jump ahead of yourself. You're gonna miss the blessings that Mother Earth provides. If you try to deceive yourself into thinking you're okay or you're healed or you're in the 5D now, you've ascended, right? I'm woke. Oh my God. You can fool yourself, but right? Isn't that the saying? You can't fool Mother Nature? That's why. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. This is the new year, so this had to be said. Spirit is really trying to gauge this message deeply within and really touch so many so that we can start working together as a team. Because I don't want to waste my time or yours and or your money. So be honest with yourself. If you want to come to me and really work, and I'm going to say it, we're going to work together for sure on different levels of your understanding and my experience of what I've been through, which, you're going to help me, I'm going to help you. But the issue is, you cannot fool Mother Nature. All right. 60 minutes. All right. I send you much love and so many blessings, but don't try to get ahead of yourself. Love where you're at right now in the present moment. Who did their vision board? Who's starting to pull out pictures or phrases or affirmations or what have you? Who's doing that work? It's not going to be an overnight job. It's not. I mean, I'm still just in the preliminary stages of my vision board. But you have to do the work. So when I ask my clients, are you journaling? Yeah. I did for a couple days and then I kind of didn't. Are you meditating? Yeah, I'm meditating. You can't fool Mother Nature. So if you really are serious and you want my help one-on-one, which I've already been asked to do so, I am more than happy. I will take the time. for whoever wants to go on a spiritual journey with me. But you have to do the work. And when we get into this group, now I'm over an hour. When we get into this group setting, I'm not going to give you all the answers. I'm just here to guide each and every one of you to help share my knowledge with you, but only through your experience can you ascend to a higher level of understanding. So don't waste your own time and or money until you're absolutely ready to come to me with the commitment. We have to be committed. That's a sacred bond. When you come to me and you want help, that is a sacred bond. I will give you, I agree to give you my time and energy and my experiences throughout my lifetime. I've been on a spiritual journey since I was 14, 13. I've read many books. I've studied. I've educated myself. That's not my ego. I'm just saying. An ego would be, oh, well, I have a master's degree from Harvard. And I don't even use it. Or I'm only using it just to gain financial abundance. I'm here to tell you that whatever degree I do hold doesn't matter. My experiences and my degree don't speak of anything except my experiences, is what I meant. Okay. So truly, and that's what this message is for me to tell you, you don't want to waste your time and or money or mine. I'm not here to take, I'm here to give and to receive for my services rendered. Yes, that's how that's the karmic laws of the universe, the 12 universal laws. But don't waste your own time if you're not ready to do the work. And I really have to start stressing that with everyone, because I've had so many clients say, yeah, I'm ready, but really assess that from your heart center. Okay? I don't dissuade you. I embrace it. I'm ready. I will take on a few clients and we'll go one-on-one for sure. Because that kind of spiritual guidance is different than the one that was going to be in the group. The group is going to be a brainstorming back and forth through the experiences of everyone and things we can talk about in a closed setting, sure. But one-on-one is stuff that we don't want everyone knowing. You know what I mean? Some things we can deal with in a setting together is like, let's just say I pick 5 people that will be members only, going from point A to point Z for the whole year, right? The guidance and help. Okay. We can get into that later. But the message that I'm really trying to get out right now, especially after Spirit showed me this reading as well, because you saw me pull the cards. This is the message. You can't fool Mother Nature, which means don't try to come saying, I'm ready, but I'm not doing the work. This is a sacred commitment. So when you say I'm ready, and I say I'm ready, and I will give you my time and services, right? Then we're now on the same page, 1221. The giving and receiving, the exchange. That's how this earth plane works. Okay, now I'm going to go. And I am going to upload this on New Year's Day so that tomorrow's message, whenever you view this message, And yeah, it's going to take you an hour to watch. If you watch it from the beginning to the end, for those of you who are fast forwarding, that's your sign. Okay, talk to you later.